gaming bets. Online betting for every esports fan. Dota 2 and Hearthstone, CSGO and Overwatch, StarCraft 2, the choice is yours. Express bets for multiple matches or live bets on the game you are watching right now. Know your way around Dota 2? Make a prediction for picks and bans. Playing CSGO? Guess the number of rounds in a certain match. Daily quest for all participants and all the best choice of payment systems. More than 600,000 users have already made their bets on the spectacular matches since 2011. EGB.com. You know for sure who's gonna win.
CS.Money, a new service for trading your skins. Tired of all the skins piling up in your inventory? With CS.Money, trading got faster and safer than ever. Now you can just sign in to our website, choose the skins from your inventory and those you want to get from a broad variety. Confirm the trade and rejoice in your new skins. CS.Money, the best service for trading your skins.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another, I want to say edition, I'm not sure that's quite the right word that I want to be using, but it is going to be the Invitational Shanghai EU Qualification, and we are going to be going into our quarter-final segment. Now we've got one going on, I think at the same time between Havu and Heroic, so obviously this isn't technically the first of these quarterfinals, but it is going to be the first one that I've got to cast at least. So that's something for me, something a little bit special. And I'm really excited for this one, I have to say. The map pool looks perfect. We've got two teams that are both like sort of on that brink of getting to all of those LAN finals. Of course, we've seen quite a bit from EnVy recently, being able to qualify for pretty much every single one they've had the chance. And Space Soldiers, well, it's been a little while now. They're going to want to get themselves to another LAN event and show what they can do. Either way, as you can see from now, the first map is going to be Cash. Now, I've got a beautiful little overlay, which may or may not work. Let's see. Is it going to pop? Oh, look at that. Look how beautiful that is. It's almost like that was planned. We've got Cash, Cobble, and then Train. If anything, the three maps that I want to see, they're sort of the maps that I would be looking for in this sort of series, and I'm very excited to see what sort of fight we're going to have on these maps. Of course, Cash is going to be the pick of Space Soldiers, so they get to start in a strong place. And if anything, when looking at their old map pool, at least their old favorite map, I would have said Cobblestone. So they are going to be pretty happy to have these sort of maps in the pool, but at the same time, it's not weak for EnVy by any stretch of the imagination. We're not going into this saying, oh no, EnVy, they've ended up on Cash and Cobble. Well, Cobble is their best map. Cash is definitely up there with one of them. And the way they've been performing recently, even Train on the CT side, I'm sure some of you would have seen it yesterday. Me and Harry actually covering the Oakland qualifier, and they managed to pull back, what was it? I think it was a 14-3 lead to win 16-14. Utterly ridiculous showing from them, and one of the most impressive comebacks I've ever seen in my whole sort of casting career. So very excited to see them today. Seen a couple of tweets come out from Scream saying, oh god, we're tired. And they did just beat EnVy. Well, not EnVy. They are EnVy. They did just beat G2, sorry. 2-0 in there. Well, I suppose it was two best of ones, but they won both and have really shown that they are actually playing very, very well online at the moment. It's the LAN performances that need to come from EnVyUs. And, well, of course, with qualifying for Oakland, probably going to want to add this one to their list as well. They're not quite done yet, even if they do manage to win this series, so they've still got quite a bit to go. This is only the quarterfinal. They've got the semi and the final, and only one team gets through. It's quite a brutal bracket. The same is for that CIS side of things as well, which has been going on at the same time. Yeah, it is a pretty long warm-up. 1,648. I'm hoping we're going to be getting into this one relatively soon. Haven't had any word about when the knife is going to be going live. Who are we siding with? I'm guessing, judging by the amount of Turkish I'm seeing in the chat, there's going to be a lot of Space Soldiers fans, and I don't doubt it as well. Even if I think even if you're not from Turkey, you have to be a fan of Space Soldiers. You'd have to be mental not to. A very exciting team to watch. A lot of explosive players. Obviously, the name Zontares has been around for quite a while, but I'm a big fan of Calyx. He's probably actually my favorite player on the team. When he steps up and goes absolutely mental, it's very exciting to watch. I think because I expect it a bit more from Zontares, but Calyx has that sort of peak level as well that is very exciting to watch. And I actually really enjoy watching Major play, which a lot of people disagree with. A lot of people are not a big fan of Major, but I just think he's a very, very smart individual in the way that he sort of moves around the map. Seems to know exactly what he's doing the majority of the time. Obviously not got the crazy aim of some of the other players on his team, but yeah, he's another person that I specifically enjoy watching. I can already see you got the sort of Calyx love. Oh, I'm your favorite. That's lovely. Calyx versus all. Well, the thing is as well, Calyx has extra love for me because not only I met him at WSG in the sort of Middle East qualifier, and he said he liked my casting, which that's already a big ego boost for me. And he follows me on Twitter, so he's basically my favorite player in the whole server at the moment. He gets automatic favorite privileges because he's nice to me. Doesn't take away from the fact that he is a very talented player as well, though, which is obviously a sort of added bonus. On the other side, well, considering how well this sort of team has been doing, it's quite interesting, really, because this is sort of the G2 reject team. It's harsh to say, but it is. It's the team of players who didn't make it in. What about Pazers? I love how that's just the nickname. Make some changes to the color saturation. It should already be... It shouldn't have changed anything at all from what we saw previously. In fact, the settings should be exactly the same. Either way, we are going to be going into our knife round. Shouldn't be massively impactful. I do actually want to see Envy starting over on that CT side. It's been the CT sides recently have been really good for this team. T sides, a little bit more lackluster, still the same problems of old on occasions where you see sort of Happy in that lurker role and it doesn't always pay off, and then you just sort of look at him and think, why are you over there? On the CT side, they've actually been very good indeed. Of course, the Ninja defuse yesterday, which I got a little bit excited about, I'll be honest. There's a moment, if you listen to that cast, where you can actually just hear me shouting. Other than that, I think Happy... Oh! Okay. He could actually win this knife round. Oh, God. Space Soldier. Really? Okay. Okay, that's, I didn't expect them to get the choice, I'll be honest. A 3v1 knife clutch from Happy. Not the way he probably expected that to go. Even clutching knife rounds. And now they will be getting that marvelous choice. I do feel like on cash probably doesn't matter too much, and if they're gonna start the CT side, I think Space Soldier's gonna be more than happy to start on the T side. I'm not seeing an overwhelming favoritism in the chat though. We got some envy emotes. Are there Space Soldiers emotes around? I don't even know if that's a thing. I don't even know who has the envy emotes. Is it like an envious Twitch channel, or is it somebody else that I just don't know about? Maybe someone on the team. There you go. We got more envy emotes. I'm surprised. I thought we'd have an overwhelming Space Soldiers, like, fan proportion. I thought the fans would be all for the guys at Space Soldiers. But either way, we are going to be going into our pistol round. First round of this matchup. A good start will be great for either side, of course. EnVyUs not on their map pick at the moment. Happy has the envy emotes. Okay, okay. Maybe if they win, I'll sub. You're a Tombis fanboy, does that count? No, it doesn't. That counts for absolutely nothing. Either way, we are going into our pistol round. Sixer, he has himself the majority of the utility, or all the utility, over on that T side at least. And we're going to have some aggression from Zontara, as he's not starting things off slow whatsoever. Already peeks straight into A main, finds some information, and Major's doing the same in the middle of the map. Gains himself that first kill and just looks to fall back. We can see already CT side looking to play far more passive now that they've got that opening. He's still looking to try and get themselves back into the round, of course. Looking to rotate the bomb further towards that B site, at least for now. And it looks like the rest of the team are going to join them. Of course, Scream will not be having any one-taps in this round. Here we go. A lot of this will be on Calyx. Normally very good in these pistol rounds. We'll see if he can bring in some of that same prowess which we see from him all the time. There's going to be a quick rotation already. Calyx missing the shots, and RPK, the tank, will start things off. Bomb is going to be going down. Rotation in quickly from Engine, looking to try and find the spots over the top, but can't get anything as of yet. It's just going to be an after plant position, and there's still a man, of course, is Happy, lurking in the back lines, trying to stop anybody getting back into the site. Major is going to be in a decent position, but he has to check his right side. That's going to be the big one, and the likelihood is he will not. And Happy is not going to move. He'll just wait. He wants to hold off any other angle that they can find. Already RPK is going to be picking off another one. Major is going to find Sixer, but there is that trade in, and already RPK gets another one. Paz, now the only one left alive. There isn't. Or he has actually got the kit. Does some extra damage, but it's not going to matter. Team EnVyUs, they take themselves the pistol, and it is a nice start from them. Actually a decent comeback, just rotating back around, and I like that from Happy. I know that I've already seen it. Someone's like, oh, look at Happy. He's just baiting his teammate. But at the same time, he makes sure that there is no flank. He can basically clarify to their opponents, or to his teammates, RPK, look, there's nobody coming behind you. They cannot come behind you. Either way, we are going to have the T's on one of their sort of riskier buys. They do love these buys. Mainly SMGs. They've got a Scout and a Galil as well. Full force, of course, from the CT side. And already the Scout back on Sixer. He's going to hit that tag onto Major. The aggression not paying off early on, at least. Still got to be careful versus these pistols. That is the risk that Envy takes. They are a team that love to almost just avoid rifles, no matter what they do. They've got one on Scream at the moment. He is normally the man to pick it up. Although, actually, we normally see him wait around. It's normally the next round where we'll see Scream pick up an AK. Whoever sort of goes down will drop. Or he'll drop for them if he's not the one to die. There we go. T-side gathering up over towards that A side. There's going to be two players here. One of them is Zontara's with the Deagle, who's just going to be waiting up close. Obviously, the Molotov clearing him out, and the flashbang is perfect. Leaves him completely blind already. There's going to be a kill coming in from Happy. Has. Holding the angle. Tries to go for the timing shot, but won't quite hit it just yet. Nice shot from Sixer as well. We'll take down one more. The remaining two players just looking like they're going to try and hold on to their pistols, maybe do a little bit of extra damage. It's going to be a second round, and, well, talk about Scream normally buying that rifle a little bit later on. Not a single player's been dropped so far. Major is going to try and catch them out. Holding from behind. Not Ruin. It's Ruins in the chat. Now I've got to be careful what I say. He's always watching. I love the cause. Well, now it's going to be Space Soldiers 16-2. But great round coming out from Envy. Keeping nearly... Well, no, they do. They keep every single player alive. They've got all the SMGs, the Galils, and could just make extra money going into the next round. Is there one more match after this? No, there is only one match. On this channel, at least, I think there is going to be Havu and Heroic going on at the same time. So that match, I don't know how that's going actually. I might have to check. Calyx does a little bit of damage onto Happy, but considering he was one of the armored players left, there isn't really the best start to the round, and already just farming up cash with the SMG. Zontaras will get one, but it is just going to be Envy keeping things very clean once again, making themselves a lot of money and getting that 3-0 start. And you could just look at the moment. They may even opt to just go for a bonus round. A lot of the time you see Sixer actually buy up an AWP, but because he has the scout, there isn't really much reason to do anything of the sort. And the CT side now have themselves a buy as well. Now, 3 of the players have actually gone for head armor, so I think they've seen this coming. They've gone, okay, there's a high chance that Envy are going to try and come in with some SMGs. So let's buy head armor on, well, 3 out of 5 players. Engine and Calyx will get a little bit more utility because of that. And there isn't a kit. Now, a few rifles will be bought up. RPK and Sixer, who doesn't opt to keep the scout. Here we go. Major going to be sat in the corner. It doesn't look like they've checked the corner properly. Calyx going to be able to trade back and doubles down as well. Gets a second and a third from Calyx. Lovely start for him. And Zontaras just sort of peeks in at the end. He's like, nope, nope, we can't go around without me getting a kill. So that will be the first on the board. Nice cleanup from Space Soldiers. A little bit of a bait position there from Calyx. It's like, okay, you're going to get the first and I'm going to peek in and clean everybody up. 1-3. But now the T's are going to buy back in. Now, it doesn't look like Sixer's actually going to be able to afford an AWP, unless somebody's already dropped that over. So it is just going to be flat rifles. And, okay, I thought he'd forgotten to buy armor for a second. Pretty default round at the moment from the T's. I'm just going to be waiting patiently, expecting a little bit of aggression out from the Space Soldier side. Although normally that would come off the basis of an AWP, which we haven't seen yet in play on either side. PK looking to go a little bit aggressive, clearing the closer angles, but there's still going to be 2 players, both in checkers, and actually he's given away his position. However, the flashbang isn't going to work out too well. Calyx looking to try and re-aggress, but won't be able to spot anyone out just yet. These are going to make their rotation back towards the ace, or at least in the form of the bomb. 1-0 to Heroic. Oh, damn it. I'm sort of rooting a little bit for Havel. I want to see them get to a LAN event, although I don't think Sergey is old enough, so that would be a bit of a shame. Happy. Could be pushing up through. Squeaky finds the first kill onto Zontaras, who's trying to play up close to the smoke. Engine just going to be running back into the site, and they do still have Paz in the corner, who's yet to be cleared out. They haven't checked this properly. He's going to line up a couple, gets 2, looking for the third. Can't quite manage to finish off XMS, but Engine is there as well. Happy and Scream looking to try and rectify that problem, and now Engine is going to be the only one left in a 1 versus 2. The time ticking away, only 10 seconds left, and they've got to get this bomb down pretty damn quickly or kill him. Happy will come around the corner, goes down. Now Scream just doesn't have time. It's 1 second left, and Engine, just by staying alive, will win them the round. Scream will at least manage to finish off every other player. So it's going to be very costly indeed for this CT side, but no bomb plant, not a huge amount of money for the T's. However, they are still probably going to buy. Actually not fully investing into this one. They'll get 2,400 loss bonus going into the next round. Going to try and do some damage with the pistols. Now, from what I've seen from Envy over the last few days, their pistol rounds have been excellent. We've seen some impressive kills. XMS has actually been doing really well with the Deagle, so we'll see if he can recreate that here. Of course, RPK with the CZ. For me, at least, I don't even think that's worse than his rifle buy. And that's not taking anything away from his rifle buy. RPK is just an absolute beast with pistols. Here's going to be this push out. Nice position from Paz. We'll start things off. And this is just a shutdown. There is XMS with the Deagle. We'll be able to get one. Has the bomb on the site as well. Gonna fake out the plant, expecting somebody to push through, and catches off Zontaras. This should net him a bomb plant at least, which will give them more than enough money to buy into the next round. Major just looking to close, and they will still keep 3 players alive over on that CT side. And it is now going to be a complete equalization, 3-3. As said, T side going to have 2,400 plus the 800, so 3,200 apiece. Yeah, maths. You got a timeout. I'm not surprised all the caps you've been using. Moobot going to be taking you down. Here we go, though. There is that AWP purchase. Can be dropped over to Sixer, of course, who, again, is someone who... Well, that was the thing with Envy, especially in that match yesterday where they managed the incredible comeback. There wasn't a weak link on that CT side. XMS looking to lead the charge. There is going to be a man up close. Of course, it's Antares. Gets the first kill. Isn't really much more of a push in from the remaining players. It was sort of just XMS all alone. Happy waiting behind. We'll try and sneak through the smoke. And actually has managed to pass across without anybody seeing him. Turns it back. Paz looking to try and take him down before he can retreat. And that will leave it into a 4 versus 3. But the bomb is firmly over towards that B side at the moment. Looking like they were selling a bit of a fake. Major and Calyx actually looking tempted to try and rotate away, and mid control has been taken from Scream. I think he's just spotted out the jump from Paz as well, which will give a decent amount of information, but they don't know where Engine is, and he could be the thorn in their side if they go pushing in. Flashbang out. RPK, you're basically looking at it. We'll just peek in, and that's going to be an easy kill for RPK. Sixer with another, and leaving it on to Calyx and Major. The rotations coming in. Calyx looking to try and deny the plant. The Molotov is going to catch one. Remaining 2 players, well, at least in the form of RPK, low on HP. Major from the flank spots out the boost and now knows where the remaining player is. Scream stuck towards that back corner. Can he do anything in this situation? Needs to hit those taps, and Calyx will be there to close it. 4-3. Space Soldiers now take themselves the lead. The bomb plant will definitely help them out. Are they going to actually take the AWP? Yes, they are. I think Calyx wanted that AK, but Major was having none of it. Yeah, Ruin, I think that might be your cue to be a little bit nicer, you know? Be waiting around that B side. Again, just the default round. For the T side. Just waiting for any aggression. They will have that AWP onto Engine. Looking to try and control middle. XMS has just been absolutely ruined. Oh, he almost hits the second. Stop walking past. Envy, guys, they must be a little bit worried in this situation. 5v4 advantage. Haven't even really seen anyone yet. Paz going to be waiting on the site. Now cross-holding by Engine as well. They should have a smoke to sort of deny him any push, but by the looks of things, walls can't stop him, so I don't know why a smoke would be able to. Rotation is going to be in quickly. There's 3 players now on the site for the CT side. Of course, there's 4 pushing in, and RPK is already going to be able to pick up one. Zantares back through the smoke, and the second for him, leaving it all onto just Scream. Again, and well, Zantares, 2 kills through the smoke. So we have 1 kill through a wall, 2 through a smoke, and then, well, let's ignore the remaining 2, but Space Soldiers now 5-3 up. Only the pistol and follow-up round so far going to the side of EnVyUs. And I expect in this round they're just going to go for some pistols. Try and do a little bit of damage. Make sure you have your full buy going into the next round. Sixer wanting to make sure he can have that AWP, so probably won't invest too much into this. And in fact, yeah, just going to pick up a P250. Let's see how much damage Envy can do. Because it's not a huge amount of bank just yet for Space Soldiers. They've won 5 rounds in a row, and the maximum they have is 4,600, and then everybody else is 2.5k and below. So even if they were to somehow lose this round, the rebuy wouldn't even be that good. And when you've won 5 rounds in a row, you sort of expect it to be. Scream. As said, they're just looking to try and do a bit of damage. Take down 2 or 3 players. That's pretty reasonable. See a little bit of aggression coming out from this CT side. Trying to take some control in mid. They've actually got a 3-pronged middle defense. But, well, make it 2. Make it 2 as XMS takes down Major in the vent. There's already 1 kill coming in for the T side. Of course, Space Soldiers definitely don't have this one set in stone. They've still got to be careful. There's some utility over on that T side as well as they look to try and push towards this B site. On the site, the Catalyst man is going to be Calyx. The bomb is actually going to start rotating back, try and get towards A. And they will actually get a plant. If they just run in towards that A site, a plant is going to be theirs, and they're all rotating in towards B now. This is a complete misread from Space Soldiers. They've now realized, but in the meantime, here go the T's pushing out towards that A site. They are going to cross with no problems at all, and the bomb is going to be going down. So, a nice bit of money made. It's going to be difficult to hold on to, though, and already Scream running into the open engine will take that kill all day long. Happy trying to lurk in from behind. Now, should be something that's expected, and yeah, there you go. You're going to know where Happy roughly is on the map. It's wherever anybody else isn't. Nice shot from Sixer. We'll be able to pick up one, but Engine is just waiting for them to run across. That's the second player now that he's killed on the cross. XMS picks up another, and Engine will win them the round. But a bomb plant, 3 kills. That's not bad for EnVyUs at all. As said, they make things costly. They reduce the amount of money that Space Soldiers are going to be making. For the T side, now at least, have a huge amount of money going in. Max loss bonus, plus a bomb plant, plus all the extra money they already saved. A lot of the players around that 8,000 marker. Sixer will be purchasing up the AWP. And this is pretty much the first complete full buy we've seen from both teams. All the utility, everything that they desire. Can Envy get themselves back on the board? It's been 6 rounds in a row. As said, still not a huge amount of money made for the CT side. Major. He has been looking to go a little bit aggressive so far and has been caught out a couple of times now. Of course, just trying to use the smoke to his advantage. I think Happy's actually trying to clear anybody off red. Bad idea. Antares, however, is now going to go back up there. Wouldn't it be great if Happy just pre-fires it again? Go on, Happy. Do it. Do it. Minute left on the clock. He's still yet to really dedicate themselves to either side of the map. By the looks of things, they are going to try and challenge for a little bit of control of mid, although Scream is just waiting to peek himself back up. Major going aggressive once again, already going to be catching off RPK, but it's a very quick trade from Sixer. 40 seconds left on the clock. The majority of the T still gathered over towards that A site, and Zontara is now boosted up on red. Will take down XMS. 30 seconds left. They still haven't actually picked back up the bomb. Scream will be able to get one, but at the moment, it is just trades backwards and forwards with the CT side coming out on top, and they have very little map control at the moment. Paz gaining quite a bit of information, actually going to push around into Squeaky. And because of this, we're going to see the rotation away. They've got this a little bit wrong over on the CT side. However, this position is so valuable indeed. Paz just going to look to try and deny the plant, which is exactly what he would do. Won't be able to finish off Happy, who had to quickly get on that bomb and plant it, but he doesn't have enough time. And will he die after time? Not quite. I think he dies just before. Yeah, so he'll be all right for money going into the next round. But again, Zontares, decent round from him. Paz just doing exactly what he needed to do with denying that plant. Waits the time perfectly. And it is going to be 7 rounds in a row now for Space Soldiers. Pause is going to be called. I would imagine it's of a tactical nature. Hopefully, the guys can confirm in chat. Although, Envy actually have to answer that for us to know. Again, as of recently at least, it's been the CT sides from EnVyUs that have been the stronger of the two. But then again, that's been on maps such as Cobble, Train. Obviously with Inferno, it's sort of expected. Guessing this is... Yeah, I'm guessing this is tactical. They haven't actually said anything, which... I feel like the admins are just sort of sat there like, is your PC broken or are you just talking? Because if you're just talking, we kind of have to unpause this. Yes, Ruin? Gonna insult me again? I feel like that's the only reason you're here. Other than, of course, because you have a bit of a crush on Calyx from what I've seen on Twitter, right? Then again, so do I. So, I don't blame you. Who doesn't have a crush on Calyx? Here we go. Major, again, going for a little bit of aggression. Peeking over the top of the smoke, so if anybody does go towards those toxic barrels and tries to find the pick, he is going to have quite an advantage here. Spray through. Actually going to do more damage to Happy, down to just 25 HP. Yeah, we do. I know. We'll do. Major, almost getting caught off this time, but he has Calyx to support him. Just going to throw out a couple of pop flashes to make sure his teammate doesn't go down. You have a crush on me. Fair enough. Here we go. RPK starts things off. Finds the kill onto Major. Already going down. Leaves only Calyx actually on the side to try and defend it. If anybody could do it, he's going to be the man. And he will already be able to pick up one. But looking like the trade's going to be quick from Sixer. Leaving it down to just 3 defenders looking to try and get back into the site. Up above is Engine with the AWP. Not going to be able to connect the shot. Bomb actually going to be thrown into the open. Engine getting a few opportunities, but doesn't manage to connect any of them at the moment. And now the bomb is going to be planted in what should be known as default, but more commonly for the checkers plant. Peak going to be out. XMS already takes the head off Zantares. The retake looking unlikely as XMS actually picks up a second. And Paz, left blind in the smoke, will go down. Finally, Envy get themselves back on the board. A first buy round for them. And you can see how much damage they've been doing in the last few rounds just by the economy alone. CT side actually going to be struggling to get a buy, which is crazy. If you win 7 rounds in a row, okay, maybe if you lose a couple, you should be a bit worried about money, but this is only 1 round that they've lost. And they're going to have a pistol, an SMG, and very limited utility, in fact. They won't even have a kit. What? Wait, what? I didn't even see... I thought he just spam. I didn't even see the kill. What on earth was that? That was so fast from Scream. Paz looking to go aggressive. Will be able to trade one back. That was nuts, but it's still going to be into a 4 versus 4. And if anything, they've lost a pistol and they've gained a rifle in the meantime. So it's not too bad for the CT side at all. Paz going to be the only man actually defending this A site at the moment, which is where, well, at least in A main, 3 of the Ts currently are. Which is going to be coming in. He's going to be left completely blind. Rotation will be quick, at least from middle. Engine is there to support. Now, they don't have a kit, remember, so the bomb going down is actually going to be a bit of a problem, but Paz already picks up 1. In a decent spot for this retake. Scream sat in the corner. Not going to spot him out already. Scream manages to pick up his 2nd kill of the round. Alex going to try and expend a little bit of utility instead. Gets Scream straight back through the smoke. Revenge for what happened earlier in the round. 2 players left. Both in the back lines of quad. Not ideal, but RPK hits a cheeky little headshot now. Zantares is going to go down. And peek out again. RPK, the tank, coming alive. Only Calyx to remain. He actually only knows where one of these players are. Does he expect XMS to be in the same spot by the looks of it after clearing it out? He does! It doesn't matter. XMS hits the shot. 7-5. And now, even after that long streak of rounds coming in from Space Soldiers, they are going to have to go for just a couple of pistols and basically an eco. Major, again. Quite an aggressive position from him. Paz is going to be the only one with any investment in this round. The rest are just going to have straight USPs. Already RPK. Going to get the first of the round. Expecting this one to be fairly easy for EnVyUs. See if they can do any damage. Paz will actually manage to pick up one, and that's a rifle on the floor, which can be retrieved. Looking like the T's are just going to rotate away from that B site, where there's currently 2 players on the site itself, so not going to be much defense over towards A. AK will be joggled over to Zontares, though, and we know what he could do. Hits the one tap, but gets quickly traded out by the one tap king of Scream. Still, already 2 players killed. Not a bad round. RPK looking to try and steal that mantle. And Sixer will eventually close. 7-6. Pretty close game. The buy rounds have been going the majority the way of Space Soldiers. The scoreline is only 1 round apart. CT side will be able to get themselves a buy. Major is actually going to drop down to a UMP just so you can have all of that extra utility. Looking like Major may actually be the one to go aggressive. Engine will be there to start. Takes down the man on the boost and actually just goes running straight into his own Molotov. Bit of an interesting strategy. Nade actually going to do a decent amount of damage. And Calyx is, again, the only one over towards this B side. They rely a lot on him to play well individually if Cash is going to work out for them. Calyx going to be able to pick up one. They've got a 2-man advantage in this situation. Six is spraying away, but it is just going to be the trade back from Zontares. He doubles down, leaving just XMS. Hasn't actually spotted him over towards Headshot, but such an advantage in this round from Space Soldiers. Zontares will be there to close, and another triple for him. He's been doing very well so far. 14-10. And 8-6 for Space Soldiers. And now, well, for the last round of the half, it's actually going to be more of a force for EnVyUs. They, as well, didn't really manage to make too much cash. Because of that, we're actually going to see some pistols. Now, the CZs for Envy are pretty damn good, so it isn't going to be a complete walkover for Space Soldiers, but at least in the sort of streak of rounds, we saw them destroy the majority of buys that Envy were able to come out with anyway, so be expecting a bit more from them. It's looking like we're going to see a boost. Antara is not happy with just waiting around. He's actually going to go over the top. But just at least wait for now, in case they actually counter boost. Again, it's only going to be Calyx on this B site, where there's a chance we'll just see an aggressive push coming in. Footsteps going to be heard, and Happy, well, alone on the other side of the map, not going to be able to do anything already. Engine is going to pick up Scream, giving them a 2-man advantage, and for the last round of their CT side, they've even boosted up Major just to give him a huge chance of rotations come in. Paz with another one, and this is looking pretty bleak for the T side. Sixer and XMS. Sixer at least has himself a rifle. Looking like the CT side have a pretty decent read on the situation. They've gone for heavier mid control. Engine is actually just set up with a pop flash in hand to try and help out his teammate. If the push comes in, doesn't actually help him. Leaves Calyx completely blind. However, Zontares and Engine are there to close. 9-6 half from Space Soldiers. And considering they lost the pistol, that's pretty damn good indeed. And now they go on to their T side. If anything, the side they're more renowned for. And we'll see if they can close out this first map. Of course, this is the choice of Space Soldiers. One they are expected to take, but if they can take it, they go on to Cobblestone, which is actually another map that they're pretty good at as well. Here we go, though. Calyx, actually with a Molotov and a smoke. Majority of players actually gathered up over towards the side, and it's going to be Major taking down his counterpart in-game leader. Scream very quick to trade, but here comes the push. Molotov will be thrown in onto the site just to try and clear things out. Smoke goes down, now they're going to be pushing. XMS is unable to hit any of the shots at the moment, and they've cleared out pretty much the whole site. Bomb is going to be planted. Obviously, the range of the ESP will help them at least trying to get back in, but the second they actually get into the site itself, those Glocks become more and more powerful. The closer that they get, the more difficult things become. Scream just hoping that somebody will peek into his crosshair, and he does, but it's going to be Paz to take his head off. Another double for Zontares, and only man left alive is XMS, and that doesn't last long at all. Paz is going to win them the second pistol. A strong start for Space Soldiers going into this second half, and they're going to look to try and increase their lead further. Now, of course, expecting Envy to actually buy back into this one. Maybe Sixer will save a little bit of extra cash to make sure he can buy up that AWP. But other than that, it is going to be those CZ. Scream with a Deeg. And Sixer will actually pick up a CZ, but without any armor behind it. So, still saving some money. Has $1,000 in the bank for when he needs that AWP. Already, nice shot from Paz. Takes the head clean off of Scream. That Deagle's going to have no impact. Zontares will take down the second, and I think the remaining three may just want to try and save here. Sixer sprays through the smoke, but doesn't manage to do any damage. And Calyx with the dunk. Sixer gone from the round. Major now just going to be sneaking around the A site, hoping to catch off any saving players, but at the moment they're still close to the action. Maybe trying to drop a gun or two, and Happy's actually in a pretty decent position to do that. Grabs a first, but needs to try and finish off the second, and Calyx is not going to allow that for a second. The SMG's making a nice amount of money. Okay, that's quiet enough. Give me a second. Oh, do I not have the... This guy. Either way. Yeah, sound will have dropped, but I spammed so much. Jesus. Major is going to be picking up the first. And, well, this is just a complete wipe down. CT side with nothing invested into this other than a single pop flash, and it makes absolutely no difference. 12-6, Space Soldiers converting all of their pistol rounds, but here comes the buy. Sixer can't actually afford Kevlar behind his AWP if he is going to go for it. May just opt for a rifle with the extra utility instead. And actually, the majority of the team have gone for utility over actual weaponry. We've got XMS over on an MP9. Going to be sat back towards the site. You'd expect normally that he'd be the one playing a little bit closer up because he has the MP9, but instead it's going to be Scream taking the aggression. Going to be these SMGs kept into the round. Space Soldiers trying to make themselves some extra money and have the chance to buy back in anyway. XMS has an SMG of his own. MP9 gets the first kill. Going to Molotov off to try and stop them being able to rotate in, but Calyx is just going to be running and gunning. XMS actually holds down the site, and the support quickly comes in from EnVyUs. An easy hold on the site. The problem is, the reason it was easy is because there were so many SMGs in play, and right now we're getting everything brought back up by Space Soldiers. If they want an AWP, they can have it. Calyx has been known to AWP on occasions, but he's not going to here. It's just going to be flat rifles, full utility, and the chance to reset Envy and pretty much get themselves the map. If they win this round, it's going to be very difficult for EnVyUs to come back from this. There you go, then. Major. Is he about to get dunked? Oh, he took 3 HP from that. Okay. It looked like it was going to be quite a bit closer, but never mind. Doesn't really do much damage at all. Looking for that opening. Neither player really taking too much of an exchange, but this time, there we go. He takes a bit more of a dunk. 2 nades thrown onto him. Still trying to just probe over towards that B site. The rest of his team just waiting for any aggression. Actually, Scream doesn't expect him to have crossed. They don't spot him out. No information, and, well, now the CTs are trying to aggress in other portions, and this is where we just see them waiting, but Calyx actually loses the battle there. XMS could be pushing back in around the corner, and Major is going to be doing all the work, but Happy straight through the wall will be there to trade. Back to a 3 versus 3. Just going to be coming in. Nice work from Happy once again. We'll hold on to the B site at least for now, and the bomb is just going to be rotating back away. 40 seconds left on the clock. RPK looking to try and hold the cross. Of course, they do have a kit on every single player, and Incendiary on RPK as well. By the looks of things, actually going to boost up Paz. It's quite a risky strategy. This relies heavily on Zontares doing the work on this A site. Going to clear a couple of angles using the Molotov, and of course using the smoke to hold off the cross. Now the flank comes in though from Paz, and this works perfectly. Turns it into a 2 versus 2, just trying to hold off any of the remaining players. Make sure nobody can come in from behind, but they've got to deal with the man RPK on the site, and that will be the round done and dusted. Paz has to run in, find this kill very quickly indeed, and I don't think he's going to have enough time to do it. Down to just a second left, and RPK is cruel enough to finish him off at the end. Another round on the board for Envy. Money for Paz is going to be hurting, but the rest of the team still have a decent amount. It will be very important play from RPK there. That denial of the bomb plant wins them the round. Here we go, though. As said, it's going to be a buyback in. Interesting to see Major actually go for a Mac 10. He's going to be running and gunning. By the looks of things, they're going straight for a fast B setup. XMS has the MP9, the Shredder. They have been denied at least for a second by this Molotov. And now Major is just going to be running straight through the smoke, looking for the edge of a Scream. Completely denies him, takes his head off within a second, and a second for Scream. Zontares will be able to trade one back into middle, but the initial push over towards this B site has completely failed. Zontares down to just 7 HP as well. RPK looking to try and flank in through the vents. Of course, vent already broken, so he won't make too much of a sound as he looks to push. Zontares going to be left completely blind, and Scream, well, finishing off a blind man. Now it's all on to Calyx. At least manages a first. Oh, XMS, he going to try and do it with the MP9? Yes, he is. Trades out for a rifle. EnVyUs will be taking another round on the board, bringing the difference down to just 3. And now, well, it can only really be pistols for Space Soldiers. They'll have plenty of money coming in the next round. 2,900 to boost the amount of money that they have. Here we go, though. A round all about doing damage for Space Soldiers. Scream, already kicking it off with 2. Now, one thing that Space Soldiers did struggle with was building up a decent amount of cash on their CT side. So if Envy can get that rolling. As said, their CT side does look better so far. Happy today and just shooting through walls. Seems to be on the menu. Scream looking to do the same. He's not quite shooting in the right spot. Major just a little bit to the left. There we go, Scream. Straight through the wall. Major, there's nothing he can do about that. Oh, that's got to be so frustrating. Zontares will at least finish off Scream, so that's 1 kill. A little bit of extra cost. XMS with that trusty MP9. He's been enjoying this gun so far. And is he going to double down? Yes, he is. 2 kills for him. And look to pick up a deagle as well. Doesn't quite manage to retrieve the rifle that his teammate had, which would have been a nice addition instead. But it is going to be 12 to 10. And by the looks of things, yep, Space Soldiers are going to be calling a tactical pause. It's been 4 rounds in a row from the CT side. A similar sort of fate that we saw on the other side, where it started strong off the back of those pistol rounds. They had a few buys going in a row, but then it was actually the CT side to sort of get rolling. And that could be scary, because we've already seen yesterday over on Train, Envy managed to string 13 rounds together. Here they only need to get 6. Or, well, I suppose if you include the ones they've already got, 10. And, as said, their CT sides have looked much stronger as of recent. Team looking like they have sort of got over maybe the initial humps of being formed as sort of like a team of players that were, well, obviously Scream wanted to be in that G2 roster, I'd imagine. Well, I imagine everybody on this team would have been at the time. However, it is starting to look like it clicks, at least online. Waiting to see for a big LAN performance from Team EnVyUs, but if that comes soon, well, we could have another French team challenging. Of course, this game is nowhere near done. We're on map number 1. It's 12 to 10 in favor of the Turks. Now we get ourselves another buy round. It's been 4 rounds for the CT side in a row. Gonna go for a little bit more aggression into middle. RPK and Scream in a crossfire, leaving XMS as the MP9 player, Soul, on B. He's been doing a good job so far. He's actually top of the board, but MP9. Okay, Scream actually going to be forced out of the corner by Major. We'll just use the smoke to save himself. It does give a lot of information over to that T side, but will they check the other close angle and even over towards Highway as well, where Happy is still playing it. Again, a 3-pronged defensive mid. XMS just going to be holding back. By the looks of things, if it comes down to it, they will just opt to retake. And Sixer is the solo man over towards this side. Misses the shot on Zontares, who is going to be able to peek out. Who's going to be coming into middle? Now, they still have to be careful, because look at the push. They've actually taken control. And they're going to boost up onto red as well. This is a great position for Scream to be in. He can not only have a wonderful flank, but it's unlikely to be expected, but he drops down, and that'll be Major to get the first kill of the round. Zontares with another while pushing towards this A site. There is going to be 2 players looking to try and hold off this cross. 35 seconds left, but so much control now being taken from the CT side, and Major's actually going to get another kill for himself now. Happy has to watch 2 angles. His teammates falling. He does manage to get a second, tries to control onto Calyx, but he'll double his kills for this round, and Space Soldiers get themselves a 3-round lead. Double AWP setup. This is actually what I quite like to see. Happy AWPing on Cash. Used to be something... Well, it used to be his thing, really. It used to be something you remember Happy for. Even taking the AWP off of Kenny S at points in that old roster. Can't say I agree with that so much, but he's pretty good at AWPing on this map. This round at least, again, they're going to go for this aggression into middle. Scream going to be up close. We'll have to cross away. The Molotovs have been pretty good at moving him out of position. Major going to be spraying through the smoke, but won't find anything as of yet. Sixer, of course, at the moment is going to be Glass Cannon. It's interesting now we got a different MP9 player in the form of Scream. Of course, the spot he was playing did sort of warrant it. Or at least for now. It seems like the T side have got the majority of their players over towards this A site. Paz again, going to be playing over towards Squeaky. Seems to be his spot. Now Paz is just going to be running in, looking for that opening frag, and spots out Sixer up above. Trying to hold in a bit of an obscure angle. Instead, he gets taken down. Major will catch off the rotating RPK. And now the remaining 2 players really do have to question whether this is worth fighting for EnVyUs. Happy, hoping that somebody peeks into his crosshair, and they will. So he will at least take down Calyx, but they've still got Major in the back lines, just looking to try and catch off these rotations. XMS, he's just decided, nope, the B site is mine. I will hold on to this one. You can blow up the other site. I don't care. This one is the one I was told to defend. Envy now getting close to fighting up against map point. Major is going to be looking to try and pick up a kill here, but XMS just holding the cross. Going to make sure that doesn't happen, and the remaining players for Space Soldiers are just going to get away from that bomb maybe look to try and take a weapon or two out of their hands. Not a huge amount of money for the T side either, so they can't afford to lose too many. But the rifles they take down will be so valuable. However, XMS still surviving. Happy actually takes down Engine. And although there will be a rebuy for Space Soldiers, they don't take any weapons out. That's the most important thing for EnVyUs. They at least keep those 2 guns. By the looks of things, they are going to be forcing XMS. He said, okay, I've had enough of the rifle. I didn't get to do anything, so I'll go back to my trusty MP9. I imagine he's throwing that over to Scream. There will be 6 up. We've actually got 2 MP9s. We've got more MP9s than rifles at the moment. I can't hide from you, Dubs. Okay. I'll bear that in mind. I just hope you don't know. Alex, looking for the opening. Already spotting out exactly where Sixer is, and by the looks of things, Major is going to be happy to try and push through. Scream looking for the tabs. Is just about going to pick up one, but he's down to only 3 HP, and while Calyx will take that kill all day long, Sixer trying his best to survive. It is going to be Happy on the AWP to trade one back, but this is the mid-fight that's coming in at the moment. We are going to be back into a 2 versus 2. Sixer doing good work. Down to just Happy, but considering what they invested at the beginning, Happy in a 1v2 with the AWP could actually work out. Paz looking for the peak, trying to get the trade, but it is just going to be another round for Space Soldiers. Map point, not going to happen for Happy this time. And now they're going to have to try and fight back. Maybe an MP9 team. Because that's all they're really going to be able to afford. Important when you look at the scoreboard as well, that the 2 top players, well, I suppose you include Paz in that as well, but Zontaras and Calyx, they're the people you need to be stepping up in this roster. Paz as well, normally the entry fragger for the team, so the fact that he's on 20 kills is pretty impressive. And we're not going to see any MP9s. It's going to be all CZs and a trusty Deeg onto Scream. Of course, this is the map pick of Space Soldiers. They do go on to Cobble. A map which, well, a few months ago, you would say was probably their favorite. Run boost. Actually just going to be chucking Happy. The more aggressive spotting checkers, but there isn't anybody over there other than Engine, who's just jump spotting. On CT side, they want information. They get information, but it's quickly forgotten by XMS because it's hard to remember things when you haven't got a head. Either way, the remaining players looking to try and push in towards A. Paz is going to get another entry kill. Scream, looking to try and do something with the Deagle, and well, now he has to get 5 headshots with his Deeg. Does manage to get 1. Bomb, in the meantime, is rotating. Actually, Scream gets a second. It's very unlikely. And he gets Zontaras. Pick up the rifle instead. Doesn't have a kit, so he's going to have to move very quickly indeed. Zontaras is going to be holding the angle. That's a nice shot from Scream. Okay. As said, he needs his Sonic boots on if he's going to do anything here. And Major, oh, he's actually going to be able to get past him. I don't think there's anything he can do to actually run away. And, well, there we go. Major will finally stop the one-tap king. It will be 16-10. Map number 1 is going to be going in favor of Space Soldiers. If you have enjoyed the cast, guys, don't forget, type !caster, because I'm a sellout. And other than that, we'll be back after the break for map number 2, which is going to be Cobblestone.
E-Gaming Bets, online betting for every esports fan. Dota 2 and Hearthstone, CSGO and Overwatch, StarCraft 2, the choice is yours. Express bets for multiple matches or live bets on the game you are watching right now. Know your way around Dota 2? Make a prediction for picks and bans. Playing CSGO? Guess the number of rounds in a certain match. Daily quests for all participants and all the best choice of payment systems. More than 600,000 users have already made their bets on the spectacular matches since 2011. EGB.com. You know for sure who's gonna win.
CS.Money, a new service for trading your skins. Tired of all the skins piling up in your inventory? With CS.Money, trading got faster and safer than ever. Now you can just sign in to our website, choose the skins from your inventory and those you want to get from a broad variety. Confirm the trade and rejoice in your new skins. CS.Money, the best service for trading your skins.